Well, here I am. I'm still at the thrift store on the corner of 23rd and Portland in Oklahoma City. And we've already put up the first video where I looked at glassware and houseware and holiday things. And now I'm looking at textiles and clothing. So let's see if anything is interesting. This looks like it's a hodgepodge of maybe scarves and placemats. What's this? You know, I'm a girl that really likes scarves. And let's see the price on this one. This would be $1. I think that's kind of fun, Stuart. What do you think? Okay, I like the colors too. The other thing is for $1, again, if I don't wear it and I immediately want to recycle it, then I can. This also has kind of a fall component to it. But also if I'm packing for Singapore, this is secured so I can't unfold it, but this would be a nice wrap if I go in someplace and I am cold or whatever. So I think this is going to go in my basket. That would be fun too, but I've got one similar at home. And these don't, you know, unlike some other stuff that you've got in your house that you may be trying to clear out, these kind of things don't take up a lot of room. And then there's always other reasons you can use this stuff: to line a basket that you're going to put baked goods in, to make pillows out of it, as I have done many times with Stuart's mom's help. I don't know what this is, but I like the color. Oh, this is one of those scarves that is a material I love so much, and I love this sulfur yellow. And can I just say, this is really a popular color right now. And for $1, what do you think, Stuart? It shall be mine. I love that faded color. I love that. Well, this is ombre. Ombre. I love this. I didn't try to say that first. Okay. Well, this aisle has been more productive than I would have thought.
Some people knew about it and not enough.
Okay, Stuart, I didn't see this on my first pass. This looks like it's a blanket. This would make a brilliant tablecloth, Stuart.
Yeah, it would.
And for all of $1.50. I think that is a great deal. What do you think?
Indeed.
I think this will look great in my with some new blue vibe in my home. Okay. So that's the other thing. Look at something and see how well she might be able to use it. I know that I say that ad nauseum, but sometimes I even have to tell myself over and over again. Okay, here's a perfect example of that. Stuart, you have seen me set my Thanksgiving table before, and you've even helped me put a piece of fleece or felt underneath it as a cushion to my glass tabletop, glass dining. Well, this is actually a fleece blanket.
But it's like the exact same.
But it's exactly the same thing, and it's probably already large enough. And something like this, especially if it's in a light color and it will not show through, that would just be a wonderful second use for something like that. You don't have to sew it or anything. Or like this burlap. Actually, my husband uses a lot of this stuff in his office furnishings business to cover those office panels and things. Here's another one of those blankets that would be great for underneath a darker colored tablecloth. I bet some of these are like shower curtains and stuff. And I don't want or need these, but these would be great. These are actually rugs. Wash those. Okay, let's move on to some other areas. Now, I do not need this, but this has a very almost anthropology vibe to it. It's a shower curtain, but you could use it as a tablecloth or something in a little girl's bathroom. That would be really cute, and it feels heavy, like this was very expensive. I don't know the brand, but that feels very expensive. Now this blanket I bought one originally from Pottery Barn that was very similar to this. It was very expensive, and this one would be about $5. And this one's, you can tell it's been cleaned. Stuart. Scrubs? Are these scrubs?
Oh, look at that. Holy smokes.
With this, if you were in healthcare, I guess, would you?
Interesting. Seems like there had to be a point to it.
I don't know.
When it was created.
I don't know, but this is something maybe you could take apart and do something with, or maybe just wear it like that. Interesting. And also something that I am never in the market for, but you could probably find here,
Costumes.
are costumes, and also great candidates for ugly Christmas sweater celebrations. This fabric, Stuart, is a really good upholstery fabric. Now, it's a little too heavy, and it may not be, this may not be a popular color right now, but you could even reverse it. And this, I know for a fact that this kind of upholstery material is pretty pricey. But if you were just doing seat cushions like in my dining room, this would be $1 for all of this fabric, and you could use it on either side. Okay, I love this top. It's just from Old Navy. I love the fabric. It's a large, however, and I haven't yet figured out how the sizing works in this store, because it seems to me that a lot of different sizes are intermingled. But I was immediately drawn to this because for Singapore or Shanghai, that would be great. Again, I'm not really sure of the system of this clothing. Okay, here's another Old Navy.
Seems like something you already have.
Yeah, extra large. And of course, I'm always drawn to things I already have, except for this is a black and white stripe. That would just be $3.50. This would be a fun kind of a boyfriend shirt to sleep in, or I could actually wear it like with something like this, tie it at the waist, wear it out in the garden. What do you think, Stuart?
Could work.
Of course, I already have one like it, but it's blue. I think this is going to go in my basket. I wish you guys could see the expressions that Stuart was making.
It's funny because I can't ever tell if it's something she's going to like put in her basket or not. Like I really am clueless until the last second, until she does it. Because her reaction can go either way. She could totally be loving it and then go, but it's not coming home with me.
Yeah, or it could be because I need it. We have an abandoned cart here. It could fall into that. I really like it, but it looks like I need that like a hole in the head.
Yep.
Can't decide if I like that or not. I got some great thrift store dresses at Goodwill once. Ah, there was a day, which is now long gone. The clothing here doesn't seem to have as much potential as the houseware stuff. Okay, so we are, Stuart, did I tell you we're going through Helsinki?
Yes.
On the way getting to Singapore.
I did know that.
And it might be wet, and also even in Singapore, my last jacket that I had like this bit the dust. I had it for so long. Kind of like this one, because this is the kind of thing that I could wear, and then if I didn't want to bring it home with me, I could leave it and just give it to somebody.
It's pretty, I mean, I say this without knowing, but it seems kind of European.
It does, except for the zipper doesn't work.
Is it operator error, or is it busted zipper?
No, I think the it could be both. But what I know is, even if it's operator error,
if it's hard to do,
if it's hard, I will not have the patience. But it is cute. That's a shame, because that had potential. Okay, now sometimes, if I don't want to walk all the way around.
I like those colors.
Okay, I do too. That's cute. And I a lot of times look for flannel shirts to wear outside. Now, one thing about it, this is a Target brand. Anytime something says, like this says it's medium or large, I normally wear a small, but a lot of this stuff has been washed. And see, look how, I like it, but it doesn't like me. It's been shrunk a little too much. I'm about ready to get out of Dodge. I'm thirsty and ready to move on. As always, you know, look at the end caps and look at the stuff that they have on top. But I think I'm ready to check out, Stuart.
Okay.
Did you want to do a loop before we do, or are you good?
I'm all good at the moment.
Okay, then let's do this. Okay, so here's what Stuart always thinks is the most fun part, because he actually left before I checked out. He wasn't sure. For me, I have two discriminating stages. Number one, does it even go in my cart? And then number two, does it stay in my cart without me putting it back before I check out? And I probably put back, I don't know, maybe 30%. And by the way, this is also true if I go to Target or I go to Walmart or whatever, because I always look at it first and then I scrutinize it one more time through my filter of, do I need this like a hole in the head? So by all means, my very favorite thing, and the first thing I believe I found, were these topiaries. Now, I love these for many, many reasons, primarily because they're topiary, but they are not cheap topiary. I think they look really, really expensive. I love the fact that I'll be able to tuck real greenery in them. I might revise the containers that they're in. I'm not sure if they're chipped. I'll probably fix them. But I think that they are stately and that they're elegant. And by the way, I could use these both at Christmas time by maybe tucking in some red berries and going more red, but I also could use these at Thanksgiving because they're pears after all, and then maybe supplement these with some real pears, some Anjou pears, some Seckel pears, those cute little tiny ones. But I really love these. So this was my best, I think this was my best deal. And Stuart, we calculated these. And didn't I get all of these for like $6?
Yeah, it was.
And this was not a Goodwill. This was just kind of a thrift store and a junk store in a different part of town that I had not been to this one before. So I really think their potential is wonderful. I think it matches the style of my house. I could dress them up or dress them down, and I really like them. And as you recall, I already have some gold topiary, of little gold pine cone topiary. So I may be able to do a whole Christmas time family. So I do love these. And somewhere in here, oh, here's the third one. So I love things in threes. And I just think they look really expensive. I could also elevate these. I could put them up on a candlestick on some kind of pedestal and elevate them. I'm not sure exactly how I will express my creativity with these, but I do like them. So that was my number one. Number two, I really equivocated on this because it's just one of those kind of things that I seem to be getting rid of versus bringing home. But it had so much potential because once I started thinking about taking it apart, I thought, these look really elegant, don't they, Stuart? I think they look expensive and they look like they're metal instead of styrofoam or whatever it is, whatever the material it is that they're made out of. And I'm probably... Stuart, hold on for a second here because I do want to show you guys how I will disassemble them. So like any good gardener. And by the way, I love these. They're dirty and I need to clean them. But I got some of these Okasuni pruners. I just love them. I'll try to remember to put a link, but if I don't, I'm sure you guys will remind me. So I've got these here, and I am just going to take them apart. I I don't want it to scratch my table. But I can see putting these all together in a container and really making it look très elegante. And I also love the fact that the burnished look of them makes them look old. And you know how I like old. Boy, that one is fighting me, Stuart. There we go. Okay, so that would be, I guess, the first layer. Oh, here's one more. So yeah, so I always like to have things in odd numbers. So this will be I'll have 5 of these. And I'll show you guys, obviously, as it gets to be the season. We're asking me if I'm already starting to think about the season. And obviously I am. Now, another thing I like about them is they look so real. So they've still got some of the embellishments on them that would be on one that you just picked. So maybe putting those together. And look, they look beautiful with this. If I wanted to do something like this for a Thanksgiving table, that would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Maybe with some of that sage green. Now, the other thing that I was thinking about when I got this is I will take the pine cones off, and I can always use the pine cones somehow. So see, by separating the elegant kind of from the tacky, what that does, it makes it look much more monochromatic. And I think just a lot more expensive.
You just have to be able to see all this from when you first look at it.
Yeah, when you first look at it. So in my head, this is what my little strange mind of mine was doing, Stuart, that you so worry about, how my brain works. So I've got that. Now for another layer, so then at this point, I like it much better now without all that additional stuff on there. I could use it as a wreath at this point. I kind of don't like these cheesy berries on there, so I would probably take those off. I'd probably take this last pine cone off. But I do love the way that all looks, how that all comes together. Isn't that beautiful? So I'd probably take this off. And then at this point, I'm not sure what I would do with the rest. I could also take off these leaves. Here is another idea. I could take off these leaves, and I think like this, I think they look kind of tacky. But what I could do is I could spray paint them to match this tableau, or I could spray paint them in that beautiful sage green that is going to be, I think, my color muse for Thanksgiving this year. Maybe with just a hint of gold, and then use these on each napkin with people's names on them. Can you see that, Stuart?
Absolutely. I like the idea of like splashing gold on the green.
Yeah, on the green. I think that could be really, really pretty. It would have that burnished gold look. But I have transformed something like this into something I think really beautiful. And I can't remember how much this was. I don't remember. I want to say it was maybe $3.50. So, look, this entire tableau then was under $10. Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And by the way, I spent a total of under $25. It was $23, $24 or something. I can't remember. So, as I said, I was always looking for these. And I will obviously wash these, but I could put this on a brass candelabra, and that would look beautiful with this tableau. So I'm going to relegate this to the dishwasher. What else did I have in here? I did put some of the glass stuff back because I thought I'm not ready to do that. I don't want to store all those glass bowls and everything for Christmas gifts, because that kind of stuff you can pretty much find anywhere, and I'll wait till it gets closer to Christmas and candy making time to do that. However, I did get all of these. I thought these were a real score. I got these for $2 a piece. And I have been making, I got, as you guys know, I've been growing that icicle eggplant. This is truly garden-inspired lifestyle. I've been growing that icicle eggplant. I love it. I have had lots. I've already frozen lots of that eggplant. I have lots to make eggplant parmesan, and I think I could make even some curries. And little individual containers of eggplant parmesan I think would be wonderful. Don't you, Stuart?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a really wonderful idea. And certainly these look very pottery varnish, very expensive. I'll just throw these in the dishwasher, and I think I'll be very pleased with that score. That was kind of expensive. All of those I think were like $12. That was my big push. Let's see, I hear something else in here. Oh, I did get these, which also need a good wash. But Stuart, can you hang out here and show some things for a minute? Because I want to show the potential these have. Are you playing the Jeopardy song? Are you singing the Jeopardy song, Stuart?
No.
I'm making all sorts of noise in here.
What did you get?
I got just a couple of brass candlesticks, and I have many, many of these Reed and Barton brass candlesticks that belong to my mom. And why I like them is because I then can take these, put them inside, and do you know why I like to use them like this instead of just with regular taper candles, Stuart?
Why is that?
Because what if I decide to use these outside, and then I just put a tea light in them and they won't blow out? And it also protects them a little bit, and it gives a different look. Or if I wanted to use a mixture of taper candles and these, but they could transform a really inexpensive or expensive candlestick into something like this. I also like them because they can then go at different levels. And look here, wouldn't these be pretty? I could then put, I didn't realize I was going to do a composition, but I could put some little seckle pears, real tiny seckle pears around the base of that, and infuse some color into this arrangement here. And before you know it, a plan has come together. Now, I don't think I did as good on the textiles. I wasn't as impressed with the clothing and things there as I am at my Goodwill. But all of the holiday stuff, I would say, was a little bit better. I did come home with this blue and white blanket, and this just might be, it might be like one of those hospital blankets that they heat up for you. I don't care, because I could tell it's an expensive blanket. I like it. And one way or another, I will be using it either as a tablecloth or maybe just to throw on the bed. I don't know, but you can't go wrong with a really good blanket like this. So that was a score for just, I think that was maybe, was that $1?
It was cheap, yeah.
Maybe $1. And then I loved this.
Yeah.
Of the things that I got, I really did love this. And I just can see myself, wearing it in different ways. It's got kind of that safari chic vibe that I look. Does it look like me, Stuart?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, I definitely think this could be very, very fun. It has great potential. And I could tell it's a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones that are just kind of polyester. This almost feels like a boiled wool or something. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. And you could use it almost as a throw it over a side chair or something.
Absolutely.
It has great potential. So I love that. And then the only piece of clothing I ended up coming home with was the shirt. Stuart said, you've already got a number of them like those. Except for those are all blue and white stripe. I am a girl who loves blue and white, classic kind of a menswear stripe. And I really did like this one. So I will be washing this one and pressing it. And it just reminds me of movies where you would see, you know, the woman wear the guy's shirt to bed.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And but also very tailored. I just got a new buff colored linen blazer from Banana Republic that this would look great under. I could dress it up or down. I love it with this color right here. And it is also a shirt that I could wear year round. And if you bought this new, you could spend a lot of money, which is probably why I have so many of them, Stuart, because I've bought a lot of them at the thrift store. Now, the other reason that I love buying things like this is then you guys say, why do I dress up when I'm working out in the yard? Well, this was maybe all of $1 or 50 cents. So even if I press it or whatever and wear it outside while I'm working in the garden, what do I have to lose? And I'm not saving it for a special occasion. But I could, and so, like I say, it's just one of those kinds of classics that I love. It's just a classic that I love. Would look great with jeans, would look great dressed up or down. I like wearing it with the collar up. So, Stuart, was there anything that I did not bring home that you're sad I didn't bring home?
Not at all.
Not at all. So I think I got a pretty good score. I got all of this stuff for under $25. I'm not using it for resale. I am using it for my own enjoyment. And when I am finished, I can either keep it or I can give it away, or but I think all of this looks very, very elegant together.
Definitely.
And I think it's a real upgrade from the way it looked when I first saw it. So there you have it, a thrift store bonanza, a two-parter, the original one and the sequel to a thrift store I had not been before. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know about your thrifting adventures. Well, here you go. If you've held on this long, this is my very quick outfit of the day. Hopefully you can hear me because we're at a busy intersection at this thrift store. We're on the corner of 23rd and Portland in what area I believe is called the Windsor District. Is that right, Stuart?
I think so.
Yeah, it's not too far up from OCU. And so let me start from top to bottom. My sunglasses are Ray-Bans that I got off of Poshmark. My earrings are some that I don't remember where I got them. I have had them forever, but I love this shape of earring. My bag is a Magnolia bag that I got at Target years ago. It's great for this kind of thing. And by the way, this outfit is all about comfort today. My t-shirt is Madewell via Nordstrom Rack. My belt, I believe, is Banana Republic. I can't remember exactly, but I believe it's Banana Republic. My breeches are also Banana Republic. And my sandals are Esprit, and they're very, very comfortable. And like I say, I am just all about comfort today as I am waiting to get my pedicure, my manicure, and do some last minute things before Singapore. So Stuart, this is going to be a fun thrift store. Let's do it.